Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's setup isn't going to be in my regular bullet journal, but in this cute light blue journal, which is my uni/study journal. And I'm going to be setting up a few pages for the start of the next semester, which is semester number 6 for me, on my way to get my bachelor's degree. And last semester I started setting up a separate journal just for my uni and study needs, and it worked really well, and I took all my notes during lectures in it, so I decided to set up some pages for this semester as well. Alright, and while I've been talking, I've already been using my Fineliner on my cover page, which you can see here. This theme I chose for this setup is heavily inspired by Amanda Rach Lee. I think she did a theme similar to this last September, if I'm not mistaken. I'll link it down below. So I was really inspired by that, but I did a bit more of an online school, or online uni in my case, twist. So I'm adding all the little computer windows, and I added some folders which I named first semester, second semester, and so on, and also a little Zoom window. And you can see there's one little window left blank, and that's where I'm going to put my university's logo later. Moving on to the next spread, this is where I'm going to be doing kind of like a future log that I do in my regular journal at the start of the year, but this time it's not the whole year, but just the months that the semester is in. So for me this is April, May, June and July. And I'm using my calendar stamps to make little mini calendars at the top. Of course, inside little folder boxes. And then I'm adding my months and some more boxes underneath where I can put all my events that I might have during the semester. As for my color palette, you might have noticed earlier, I actually tried to match it to my actual journal, the outside cover of my journal. So I'm using a light blue Crayola Supertips marker, and just to contrast it a little bit, this beige Tombow Dual Brush Pen. And just because I thought it was a little too boring, I added some sparkles all around the windows and the computer folders to add a little bit more spice. Next up is my timetable spread, and I'm actually using a Dutch door for this, so I can add some more elements like a grade tracker, which you'll see in a minute, on the other side of the flap. And for the timetable, I'm basically creating a calendar grid like I normally would, but I'm only doing 5 columns for Monday through Friday, which are the days I'm going to be having classes. And of course, I try to incorporate the theme and make the timetable look like a window, and also coloring it in my 2 accent colors. I'm actually not liking what I did with the beige marker, which you'll see in a bit. I tried coloring in everything outside the actual calendar grid, which looked good in my head, but well, not that good on paper, but I'm gonna have to roll with it. And on the other parts of the Dutch door spread, I'm adding a grade tracker for each of my 5 modules I have this semester, and also a little box for notes, of course, and for the specific times my classes will be. And then I kind of had the idea to make a box specifically for the different platforms we're going to be using for online classes. So we use Zoom, for example, but also Slack. So I put little icons for those two at the bottom right, and added just this little box where I can track which class is held on what platform. And then I'm just adding a bit more color and some of my sparkles, and we're done with this spread. Let's move on. This is actually my favorite spread, and it was so useful during my last uni journal setup. It's basically a tracker for me to see when I have any exams or due dates for any presentations or essays. And at the top, I'm basically doing 5 boxes, for one for each of my modules, where I can just put down what kind of assignments I have to get my grade this semester. And then at the bottom I'm doing a timeline, so I can put down all my due dates at the exact time they are happening, so I can see which one is a priority, which one I have to get done first. And as I said, I did a similar spread last semester and it worked really well for organization, so I'm happy to have this one in my journal again this time. Alright, moving on to my last two spreads in this setup. The first is a contact list where I can put down the contact information for my new professors or lecturers I have this semester, because they usually give out their phone numbers or their emails at the beginning of the semester, and I wanted a place to put it all down so I can find it quickly if I need it throughout the semester. And I'm basically just adding one little folder for each person there might be, and then on the right side I'm doing a simple to-do list for the start of the semester, because there's always a lot to do with enrolling for my most important classes and for my exams and so on. Alright, it's time for the final flip through. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you watched it just for the sake of watching, thank you. Maybe click that subscribe button and the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also comment down below which other study spreads you would like to see in the future. I have one more semester to go, so I'll make one more video at least. Maybe you found some inspiration for your own study journal, that would be awesome. And in any case, I'd love to see you on my channel next time on my next video. Bye!